Hello everyone, I'm Dr. J and welcome to my channel. Tonight, we've got a hankering for some Mexican food in Dr. J's house. So we're going to make a Mexican casserole. This is going to be with the chicken base. You can do either chicken or ground beef. Traditionally in my family for this recipe it's been done with ground beef. Recently I've been using chicken and we've loved it in our house. Makes for a little different flavor, better texture in our opinion. We really like it. It's very simple. We've got a few boneless skinless chicken thighs we're going to throw on the flat top, get them seared off, get them cooked through all the way so we can shred them and put them in our mixture. In the pot here that I've got warming up is a 10.5 ounce can of cream of chicken soup and cream of mushroom soup, a 15 ounce can of hominy, Bush's yellow hominy, and half a jar of your favorite picante sauce. I'm using Clint's regular. We really like that. It turns out very good in this casserole, but use whatever picante sauce your family really likes. Anything works. So I'm going to put a little bit of griddle down. Chicken thighs going. Once they sear off, I've got a dome lid we'll put onto them, make sure that they cook all the way through as well. Going. Now season these chicken thighs with salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and Cajun seasoning. And I'm going to leave them right there, let them set probably 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and flip them over, let the other side sear off real good. Put the dome on top with a little bit of steam, make sure they cook through. We'll shred them up and put them inside of our mixture here, and then we'll put it all together inside the kitchen. So a few more minutes, we'll let this go. I'll go ahead and bring you guys in closer so you can see better on the grill. Woo, it smells good. Alright guys, well these have been going now for about 2.5 minutes. You wouldn't believe the smell coming off of that chicken. It's just, man, that smells so good. Go ahead and give them a turn. Actually, it'll go a little while longer on that side, but we're going to cook them all the way through. I'll go ahead and flip them over, get them ready on the other side too. I do want a little color. I think the color adds flavor, and we want a good color on these. So we'll let these go for a few more minutes as well. Let's give our mixture over here a little stir. And this we just really want to warm up a little bit. It's not the most appetizing look right now. Once you get the chicken in it, stack it up with some tortilla chips and cheese and bake it in the oven. This stuff is fantastic. And we'll let this warm up as we're cooking off the chicken. So our chicken's gone another couple of minutes. You can see it still needs a little cooking in the middle. We're getting a little more color on that chicken. We'll flip everything back over. Get a little more sear on that side. And we'll set our dome on top of it with a little water and help steam that chicken up real well. We're starting to boil a little bit over here, so our mixture is getting good and warm. I'm going to turn them down to low. Guys, that chicken smells so good right now. That mixture get nice and warm through. We'll have that picante sauce flavor all the way through. So I went ahead and flipped our chicken. Got it underneath the dome. A little bit of water, that way it's starting to steam. This will go another minute or two just to make sure it's all the way cooked through, ready to go completely. Our sauce is pretty well cooked. Really all we're doing is warming it up. So we'll shred the chicken, add the chicken to the sauce, and assemble it in the kitchen once this is done. Now I've got 5 chicken thighs there. That's way more than I need for this. I probably only need 3 of these shredded for the mixture that I'm using, and this is about a half batch. It's just me and my wife eating this tonight, so we don't want to overdo it. We don't need to make a huge big deal because we probably won't be available to heat it back up later in the week. So we'll have enough to get that and a couple of chicken thighs left over in the fridge in case we want to do something else. Go ahead and pull the cover off. See, that chicken looks fantastic. It's cooked well. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, bring it in the house, let it rest for just a minute before I chop it up. We'll put it in our mixture here and get ready to assemble this casserole. Get my grill a little scraped and clean before I leave. And we're good to go. So I tried to do a little time-lapse video showing me tearing up the chicken thighs. Hopefully that came out okay. I added the chicken thighs to our mixture here, stirred it all in so it's ready to go. And now this is ready to assemble into our Mexican casserole. So I've got some of these Tostitos, Tostitos, Cantina, thin and crispy party-sized chips. We're going to crunch those in the bottom, add some of our Mexican mixture, add some shredded cheese. This is grated Tillamook sharp cheddar. Thank you to my wife Charlene for grating that for me. And then we'll do another layer. Make sure we get as much in here as we can. I've sprayed down my little casserole dish here too with some cooking spray just to make sure that it doesn't stick as much as possible. It'll help clean up a lot more whenever I'm getting everything cleaned up at the end after we eat dinner. So crunch these up, get a good layer of chips on the bottom. Make sure everything's spread out. And get us a layer of our, remember this is cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, hominy, salsa. Very simple mixture, but the smell coming off of this, it truly smells like a Mexican dish. Spread that out well. And then we'll sprinkle in some of our shredded sharp cheddar. And you can substitute whatever kind of a cheese that you prefer. If you want to use pepper jack, if you want to use just straight Monterey Jack or Monterey and Colby, whatever you like. We like the sharp cheddar, especially grating it yourself. It has a wonderful flavor to it. So that's first layer. We're going to come in, put another stack of chips on here, another stack of our mixture, another stack of cheese, and build it until it fills up. My aunt, Kathy, was the one that always made this for us. She always made it on holidays when all the family was coming together. Because there was some of us kids that didn't like turkey and dressing or ham. I wasn't one of those kids. That was my favorite part of the dinner. She would make this every year at Thanksgiving. Since then, my brother Matthew has taken that responsibility on. He does an excellent job. I've taken his recipe and modified it just a little bit with the chicken rather than the beef. And you can use shredded beef. This is about a pound of shredded chicken that I'm using. If you want to make a full casserole, you can do 2 pounds of your meat, 2 cans of cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, however much hominy you prefer. The hominy, my wife is not the biggest fan of it. I love it. I think it really adds something to the dish itself. A little more shredded cheese. we'll give it one more layer. I think we can make it one more time. I've got the oven preheated to 400 degrees. And this will spend probably 15 to 20 minutes inside that oven to cook off. You want to get it to where your cheese on the top browns up. The mixture's had a good time to just meld with everything, turn into a wonderful casserole. There we go, just enough here, I believe, to get one more thin layer on top. I'm gonna make a mess all over the island. Alright, it's perfect for that mixture. I'll put a little more cheese on it, get it wiped down, and pop it in the oven. I'll see you whenever it comes out. And there's the finished product. Nice and hot and bubbly. I took a total of 20 minutes in my oven at 400. And I'm gonna have to let this cool for probably at least 5 minutes before we can even ever think of getting a bite out of that thing being so hot. But it looks really, really good. We'll test this out here in just a few. So I let this sit for about 5 minutes. While it was in the oven, I went outside, cleaned my griddle up, got everything cleaned up and ready to go. So now I can just cut into this and enjoy a nice, home-cooked casserole dinner. Don't do casseroles a ton. This is probably one of the only ones we do in my family, to be perfectly honest, and we absolutely love it. So let's cut into it. I'll show you what we've got going on here. Still see the steam coming off of there. Nice big chunks. Chicken. Got the tortillas in there that have sopped up all of that goodness. And that just turns into one delicious casserole. Give this a real quick taste. It's still just super hot. Miss Sierra, you can't have no. Wow, the chicken very tender, still juicy. We didn't cook all of the juice out of it. We got it nice and griddled on that grill surface. Tastes wonderful. You get the salsa coming through. You get the sauce that is mixed in with the creamy chicken, the creamy mushroom. That turns into this very creamy sauce. You taste the corn from the tortilla and the hominy, and that little bit of sharp cheddar on there too just makes this a wonderful Mexican casserole. So I hope you'll try this out in your own home. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, as I'll be putting more videos out shortly. And thank you again for joining me, Dr. J, for a wonderful Mexican casserole. Have a great evening.